Welcome to our first course review. We are going to be walking through Broken Chains Park, which is on the campus of Christian Life Center. Really new course. They just started. We talked to the designer of it, and they started the design back in, what was it? November. So crazy quick turnaround on that. Yes, here we have the three players, Andrew, Josh, and Kevin. All we're missing is the fourth hyzer boy, who is Parker. Here is hole one. It's a par 3. Now here on the course, all the long grass that you saw there on the left on that drone shot, all of that long grass is OB. How far is this hole?
So this is a 263-foot par 3, and obviously there was a lot of headwind today and right to left wind, so that affected, as we can see.
Yeah, wind was really rough this entire day. Not our best showing, so be warned.
I think you guys missed my drive as well.
Yeah, that's on me. Just laying up here to try to get it in there.
So that OB comes into play a lot on a lot of these holes in this course. Yeah.
Yeah, this hole especially with it being on the hill like it is, gets really tough if you throw an Anheuser line, because you're gonna cut into that hole, the hill, and just roll right into that long grass, which can be really tough.
So here we have a hole 2. It's 550-foot par 3, and so this light green grass that you can see is all the inbound. So it's pretty crucial that you land in bounds if you wanna hit a par on this.
Yeah, I think we had a ripping tailwind at this point, so with Andrew stepping up with his boss. Yeah.
Bad idea.
Looks like a little bit of an early release. And yeah, that'll end OB. So the wind really makes this, this is a par 3, by the way. I think we mentioned that, but it's real tough. Real tough to birdie, at least, especially in this wind. But Josh is looking good there. We're safe. I think I picked up my Wraith.
I think Josh was Thrash or something really unstable, which was smart.
Yeah. And I believe I go long here.
Ooh.
I just roll in to the OB. Andrew laying up here with his Rhino.
No, my Mako.
Mako, that's on me. Similar color. You and your similar colored discs. Nice shot here from Josh.
Almost goes in.
Yeah, the wind definitely on this course requires me to throw, discs that I wouldn't normally throw.
Ooh, good putt.
Catch that. Yeah. Went OB, so that'll be 4 for me. It's tough over the basket.
Ooh. Yeah, so a lot of these holes have pretty open fairways, but the baskets are usually protected by a ring of trees, which makes it pretty interesting. Because I don't like wooded courses, but this isn't technically wooded.
Hole 3.
265 feet, par 3. This hole would be really simple if it wasn't for the cool hanging basket that they put in and very close out of bounds lines.
Yeah, that OB long comes into play. If you step up to this and feel like you really got to match something because it's uphill, you can, just like Josh did there, very easily go OB. I believe I go out here too. Under through my buzz and paid the price. Nice Thunderbird shot.
Explorer. Flippy Explorer.
Oof. Tough run. It's a good bid from Josh. Makes that.
I think I get our first birdie of the day here.
Nice. That was a good drive.
Yeah. Straddle putt.
Oh. Tough break.
We move on to hole 4, which is a very, very short hole. 184 feet, par 3, but it is wooded, so it's not too easy.
Yeah, there's this right gap that if you can throw something that's overstable, it'll kind of dump. But I prefer to just throw a putter straight at it and try to make my line, and it worked there. I believe we all end up star framing this with a nice skip here from Josh with his Aviar X3. Nice. Yeah.
I think the play on this hole is to try to shoot it right down the center gap with something very straight.
Yeah. That's what I've tended to like here too. dumping in is just, you almost have just as many trees you have to deal with. And, I mean, to be able to dump in with the protection around it, it's just tough.
It's a nice little birdie for all three of us there.
Calm little star friend. Hole 4, or 5 now. 400-foot par 4. As you can see, it kind of starts here in the woods. We believe Mandos are going to be put in play here shortly. We don't play it right now because we're not 100% sure. But as you can see there, it kind of turns 90-degree angle with a tough little exit. But once you get out, it does open up nicely. But then again, OB comes into play again. So you'll see OB Road and OB Long Grass there on the left. So there's, I think we both, Andrew and I, try that line through there. Josh goes around, and it works out for him. Works out really nice. He ends up right where you want to be. And tree kick for me.
You just had to pitch out of there, get into the fairway. I think the smart move here off the drives is just throw something really conservative and play good position golf. And you'll have a look at birdie. Unfortunately, I shank. I shank and go out of bounds, I believe.
Gazelle shot here from Josh. Turns over, and I believe he's over the road.
Yeah. Oh, look, he stayed in bounds. Though.
In bounds, but come up way short. From there, you really want to be getting closer. Oof.
That is a good bid.
I wanted that.
It was for par or birdie?
That was for birdie. For par. That would have saved my par. Yeah. Story of our day.
Lots of metal.
Yeah, lots of metal, lots of chains, but not a lot of made putts from distance. Josh ended up having a really good round. I believe he ended up with, was it one?
Yeah,
one or two.
Like
he had a solid round. Here we are on hole 6. This is a par 3, 318 feet. OB Road here, and then as you can see, a very, very tight fairway once you get off that green, or to get to the green. And we're just really well protected. My favorite play here is a turnover backhand, something that'll get it to end right, which Andrew does pretty well here, although it cuts it off a little too early there.
Yeah, so you could potentially flick on this hole, but it goes really far in right really early, so a flick isn't usually the best play.
Yeah, and as you can see, none of us really hit the line we're looking for. Yeah, all just struggling to get it up there for par. That's a great shot.
You want to pan over to me now?
Oh,
little scoober.
Brody Smith. Oh.
The disc was kidding Andrew today.
It was.
Josh for par. I think we both bogeyed.
Oh, nice little wink there. Always appreciated. So hole 7 is a par 3, 247 feet. It goes in left, and the shot that we've been figuring out works the best here is hyzering something relatively flippy to get that glide after you hit that initial fairway to end up going more left. Because something just basically overstable won't fly as far as you need it to.
So he cut the angle a little early, but that's okay. He'll have a look from there. I cut it early as well. I think I'm going to hit a tree. Yeah, that's my favorite tree. If I don't make the line, I hit that tree. The last time I was there, I actually picked up my buzz. Worked a lot better. Looks like you nicked something there, too.
Yeah. It's usually a pretty simple fairway to hit. Not too bad. Yeah, it's a really pretty course, and for having just been a few weeks like brand new, it looks pretty well used and settled in. So, really excited to see what they continue to do with the course, and what they've been doing has been great work.
Yeah, it's great. I just saw a delivery of mulch or wood chips that it looks like they'll be putting down the fairways. I often see them out there cutting and trimming and like getting it all set. So for only being started in November, this is, I mean, a great course.
So
Tee signs are going up, was it May 1st?
yep.
Anyway, we're looking here at hole 8. This is a 475-foot par 4. OB road here, and as you can see, it just kind of comes right around, pardon this, whew, look at that, right there to the basket. So really, you want to make birdie, you want to get out, kind of like this shot from Josh. It'd be nice to be a little bit farther, but that's kind of where you want to be. Andrew takes a little local route here that almost gives him the birdie look, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Going over there to the left while there's not many trees down is not, or leaves up. Not many leaves up is not a bad play. So I'm going out here trying to get up and over. And that'll work. That'll work for par.
So I'm trying the back route through this back area. That actually works out pretty well, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No. Josh gets caught up there. He was looking for a hyzer stall out of that putter. I'm laying up here. That's going to come up a little short. Little flick roller.
Cheeky little roller here from Cairo. Birdie putt. Misses, of course.
Nice little straddle. Yeah, fun hole. Tough to birdie. So, in my opinion, a fair par 4, but a really fun hole.
The hole 9 here is 389 feet, par 3. So this is one of the longest holes, like from your drive, that you really want to crush. Like in order to park this, you got to rip something, and the OB comes into play on the right, like you can see right here. My destroyer flips over in the headwind a little bit too much and barely goes OB. So you want to try to crush it without going too far right or too far left, just like Cairo does there.
And ideally, jumping into that green is the play.
There's that too far left. That is not fun.
As you can see, try to get up and down there, and nope, hit a branch. But then work my way in there to save bogey there. Yeah, so even being up on that hill, you don't really have a putt as much as...
It's a low ceiling, very low ceiling.
Yeah, it's a tough putt. You got to give it a lot of boost to get it in there. So ideally, something overstable that'll dump into this green is a great shot.
Once again, a protected green again.
Here on hole 10. 291 feet uphill, probably plays more like a 325, 350. You don't want to do that. As you can see, that OB comes into play again on the right.
Get out of the way when you're done.
The woods here are not OB, so going short left could be worse. And this looks good. A little tree love there to help him out, get him down.
Pop out.
Yeah, coming up short again there. Yeah, it definitely does not play like a 291. It's pretty far.
But it's a... Oh, we'll just watch this for a second.
Shot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous.
That's a great shot from Josh.
It's a pretty simple par 3 to hit, as long as you don't go OB, like Cairo did. Although he did save par with that throw-in.
Here's a fun hole.
Hole 11. It's 225 feet, par 3, with an island green. So the long grass here plays as a... What would you call it?
It's a hazard.
Hazard, not
so,
OB.
So you play it from where it lies with the extra stroke penalty of an OB.
It's a pretty good ace run, so it's a fun one.
Here's my shot.
I think
The
you're using
pilot.
a pilot, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
cranked it.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, so something with a little overstability to dump you back into that fairway and land you in the green is best for this birdie.
Cairo and I are tapping in our birdies here.
Hole 12. Big fan of this one. I love the OB here. It's real tough as you see it kind of really gets narrow. And the left here, these woods are honestly OB as well. So it really pinches off.
Cairo sends it OB once again.
You're gonna need another phone.
So the OB on the woods actually gets wider as you go up to the basket, so my shot there is safe.
Gives a little more room.
Kevin throwing his Undertaker. Crushed.
Ooh. Now I'll sit down right there next to the basket for a nice tap in. Oh,
Look, more metal.
that was a good bid for birdie.
Yep.
Oh,
Another excellent par save
Beautiful.
from Cairo.
I believe I almost missed this tap in.
It's because you used your driver.
That's why you don't putt with drivers.
Hole 13, 347 feet, and it is a par 3. So the main idea here is to hit the gap that the drone's flying through right now. Hit the gap and make sure you don't go OB into the parking lot. That's key.
I believe that's the only OB on this hole. We'll see when the new signs come up. As you can see, there was some sort of fair going on the left there, or some sort of garage sale of sorts.
You almost hit him. You'll
I
see.
did almost hit him. There was a tailwind, so I picked up a flippy disc, worked out great, and then got a little bounce and just missed them and bounced OB,
Oof.
which is really just not fun.
Nope. I had tried something to flick something out of the woods there. Didn't work very well. Cairo for birdie.
Plays it up. Yeah, that OB's tough.
This is hole 14. It's 309 feet, par 3.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Tough one to get your first shot right to the basket, and the reason being this
Get out, Kevin.
almost elevated tee. Getting yelled at there by Andrew. It's elevated up on a mound, which really gives you a death putt. Really easy to 3-putt this if you run it. So often I play it safe and I'll just lay it up to the basket. We'll see.
Shank. There's some right to left wind or something going on here.
Yeah. Lots of trees.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, so you want to try to punch in as close as you can to the basket.
Yeah.
But getting in close, you got to get even closer because of how elevated the basket is. The putts become harder and harder.
For sure. Now we have hole 15. This is a 555 par 4. And OB right, the long grass, and OB left, the wood. So it really bottlenecks here as you get closer. So any sort of wind can really mess with you as you're trying to get up to this protected green. If you can stay in bounds and put a mash on it, it's a pretty easy birdie. As you can see, though, we turn over into the OB. Josh plays it a little safer.
Goes OB, though. Yep.
Yeah, it's tough.
You got to send something out over the OB right that won't flip over.
Get out of the way.
Yep, I go OB as well. But we all park it after our OB shots, so save par. If we didn't go OB, would have been a birdie. So it's a pretty simple birdie if you don't go OB. Well, for some of us.
I think I hit this. I do not. I do not hit this.
As you can hear them blowing, they're really taking good care of this course and getting it ready.
Hole 16. Calm little 238 par 3. Again, open to start, no gap you have to hit in the beginning. But as we move in here, you'll see the protected green that we're left with after throwing. And that's going to end right. Not the worst being
No.
over there. Often you'll have a look, and it's deceivingly close. I've found many times thrown into there. Looks like an unlucky kick there.
I think I go right as well. Yep.
But we'll have putts from back.
Going right is not bad, and honestly, this is a really tricky hole to bogey. It's pretty easy par, no matter where you end up.
Metal again. We're better than this, I promise. And misses. everyone draws metal. Moving on to hole 17.
Hole 17, 282 feet, par 3. So it's a really tricky fairway as it really goes right and then comes back left, and there's some very annoyingly placed trees. There's also a goose nest that you got to watch out for. There's some fresh eggs down in there.
Yeah. Also the OB.
Yes,
watch out for that.
Yep, that's where I go.
So
There's
the
an
whole
OB
creek there is OB. It's marked with stakes. That
Good,
should
that's
be
a good,
fine.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Cairo.
I believe I underthrow this and end left. Yes.
Every time
Every time. Not a fun place to be over there. You end up having to just kind of throw out.
Oh.
Go.
Tough bid.
It was further than I looked. Oh, Cairo.
He oohed me.
Yes, he did. He oohed you. Yeah, so this is one of the harder holes on the course of birdie, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely my least favorite. It's coming into hole 18. We have a small water hazard. Doesn't really come into play if you can throw more than 150 feet. But as you head to the basket, the thing to watch out for is hitting one of those early trees and it rolling into the water. We've gotten in danger of doing that multiple times. But overall, pretty easy hole as long as the wind's not ripping.
Yep. Good shot here from Cairo.
I'll leave him with,
It is only 288 feet, so it's pretty.
Nice shot there.
Thank you.
Going with my zone here. A little bit too much hyzer, and I'm going to come up short.
Yeah, it's deceptively close.
Short but safe. Yeah, so that's it. So that's Broken Chains. Definitely one of our favorites. And it's only 5 minutes from our house.
5 minutes from our house.
So easy to get a quick
It
round
came
in.
into a pretty clutch area that didn't have many courses, so.
Go ahead and check it out.